Listen carefully. There is one thing in this world that treats every person exactly the same. It doesn't care if you're rich. It doesn't care if you're poor. It doesn't care how talented you are. It doesn't care how many excuses you have. It never slows down. It never stops. It never gives second chances. It's called time. Right now, while you're listening to these words, another minute of your life is disappearing forever. You'll never get it back. You can earn more money. You can replace broken things. You can rebuild a business. But you can never recover a single second that has already passed. Most people don't understand this until it's too late. They wake up believing they have endless tomorrows. They think there's always another chance, another Monday, another month, another year. So they wait. They wait to start exercising. They wait to chase their dreams. They wait to tell their family they love them. They wait to learn a new skill. They wait to become serious about life. But the clock never waits. Every morning, it keeps moving. Every night, it keeps moving. Whether you're working or wasting time, whether you're growing or standing still, the clock continues moving forward. That's why time is the most valuable thing you'll ever own. Not because you have a lot of it, because you don't know how much is left. Imagine someone giving you $86,400 every morning. There's only one rule. Whatever you don't spend before midnight disappears forever. You wouldn't waste a single dollar. You'd use every opportunity wisely. Now realize this. Every day, life gives you 86,400 seconds. And most people waste them without even thinking. Hours disappear scrolling. Minutes disappear complaining. Days disappear making excuses. Years disappear waiting. Then one morning, they look in the mirror and wonder where life went. The truth is simple. Life didn't disappear overnight. It disappeared 1 minute at a time, one comfortable decision at a time, one excuse at a time, one delay at a time. The clock never announced it. It simply kept ticking. There was once a person who believed success would come eventually. Every year they made the same promise. This will be my year. January arrived. They felt motivated. They made plans. They bought notebooks. They wrote goals. They imagined a completely different future. But by February, old habits returned. By March, the excitement disappeared. By April, the goals were forgotten. And by December, nothing had changed except the date on the calendar. Then the cycle repeated, again and again and again. Years passed. The dreams remained exactly where they started, not because they were impossible, because action was always delayed. The hardest lesson in life is understanding that time doesn't care about intentions. It rewards action, not promises, not wishes, not plans. Action. 1 hour of focused work is worth more than 100 hours of talking about success. 1 day of discipline is worth more than a month of excuses. One small action today is worth more than waiting for the perfect moment tomorrow. The people you admire understand this. They don't have extra hours. They don't have special clocks. They simply respect time more than average people do. While others sleep in, they wake up. While others complain, they improve. While others wait, they move. That's why their lives become different, not because they were lucky, because they understood something most people ignore. The clock never waits. One day, something happened that changed everything. It wasn't a motivational video. It wasn't a famous quote. It wasn't a miracle. It was a simple realization. You looked around and noticed something strange. The people who once stood beside you were no longer beside you. Some had built successful careers. Some had started businesses. Some had mastered valuable skills. Some had transformed their bodies. Some had completely changed their lives. At first, you wondered how they moved so far ahead. Then, the truth became impossible to ignore. They didn't have more talent. They didn't have more luck. They simply respected time. While you were waiting, they were working. While you were making excuses, they were building. While you were planning, they were doing. That realization hurt, not because they succeeded, because you knew you could have done the same. You remembered every opportunity you ignored, every book you never opened, every course you never finished, every workout you skipped, every dream you postponed, every promise you broke to yourself. None of those moments felt important at the time. But together, they became years. That's how life changes. Not through one giant decision, through thousands of tiny choices. Every choice becomes a habit. Every habit becomes your character. Your character becomes your future. The clock watches every choice, silently. It never judges you. It never warns you. It simply keeps moving. That's why procrastination is so dangerous. It doesn't feel dangerous. It feels comfortable. It tells you, you still have time. Start tomorrow. Missing one day won't matter. But tomorrow turns into next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. Before you realize it, another chapter of your life is gone. Imagine standing in front of two doors. One is labeled comfort. The other is labeled growth. The comfort door is easy to open. No effort, no fear, no risk, just instant pleasure. The growth door is different. It feels heavy. It demands discipline. It requires sacrifice. It asks you to become uncomfortable. Most people choose the first door, not because it's better, because it's easier. Years later, the people who chose comfort wonder why life became difficult. The people who chose growth enjoy the rewards they worked for. Life always collects the price. You either pay now through discipline or pay later through regret. There is no third option. Many people believe they need motivation before taking action. But motivation is unreliable. Some mornings you'll feel inspired. Other mornings you'll feel tired. If your life depends on motivation, your progress will always stop. Discipline is different. Discipline says, I'll do it even when I don't feel like it. That's the mindset that changes lives. The clock doesn't reward feelings, it rewards consistency. Imagine improving by just 1% every day. It seems insignificant, almost invisible. But after 1 year, you're no longer the same person. Small improvements create massive transformations. The opposite is also true. 1% worse every day. One more excuse, one more distraction, one more delay. Eventually, your dreams disappear without you noticing. That's why every minute matters. Every decision matters. Every day matters. Not because today changes everything, because today's choices become tomorrow's reality. One evening, you sat alone and asked yourself a question that was impossible to escape. If I keep living exactly like this, where will I be 5 years from now? The answer frightened you, because deep inside, you already knew. That night, you couldn't sleep. Your mind kept asking the same question. If nothing changes, what will my life look like 10 years from now? You imagined waking up older, looking into the mirror, seeing more years behind you than ahead of you. You imagined opening an old notebook filled with goals you once wrote with excitement, become successful, build your dream, travel the world, make your family proud, live without regret. Then you realized something heartbreaking. The goals hadn't disappeared. You had simply stopped chasing them. The clock had kept moving while you stayed still. In that moment, everything became clear. Life wasn't unfair. Time had treated everyone exactly the same. Every successful person received the same 24 hours. Every unsuccessful person received the same 24 hours. The difference wasn't time. The difference was how they used it. Some invested it, others spent it. Some protected it, others wasted it. You finally understood that every hour is like a seed. Plant it wisely today, and tomorrow it becomes success. Waste it today, and tomorrow it becomes regret. There was no magic, no secret, only choices. You remembered every excuse you had ever made. I'm too tired. I'll start next Monday. I'm waiting for the right time. I'm not ready yet. Those excuses once felt harmless. Now they looked expensive, because every excuse had stolen a piece of your future. You realize something powerful. The greatest thief in life isn't another person. It's delay. Delay steals opportunities before you even notice they're gone. Delay turns dreams into memories. Delay convinces you that tomorrow is guaranteed. But tomorrow is a promise no one owns. The only time you truly have is this moment, right now. As you hear these words, the clock is still moving. It isn't waiting for you. It isn't slowing down because you're afraid. It isn't stopping because you're uncertain. It simply keeps ticking. Tick, tick, tick. One day, that sound will stop, not because time ended, because yours did. That's why today matters, not next week, not next year, today.